about us.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? I'm looking for my, let's see here. There we go. There we go. Hello. I see we got a few people in here. We're going to go live on Instagram. Hello, hello. Sorry if I'm moving my screen. Mom, how do I look? Look okay? With the camera? Camera's okay? Cool. All righty. What's up, everybody? Shelly, what's up? D. Lynn, hello. Roel, hello. My brother Tom, what's going on? So good to see everybody. Debbie, I believe I will catch you hopefully here in a couple hours post live show. But thank you for watching the latest episode of the Common Sense MD today with Brookhaven Farms. Let's see who's with me live. How's everybody doing? I see a few people on Instagram. What's up, guys? Jamie, Jake's girl, Olivia, what's up? Let's see. Making sure I am everywhere. I am. All right. Doc is in the building. He'll be here in just a second. Real quick, for those who haven't seen this, that is Dr. Nate Wells and Jake Hubbard talking about the Brookhaven effect. Food is your medicine. Super pumped to talk more about this. We mentioned last week how performance medicine, the Tri-Cities, Johnson City, Bristol, Kingsport is a pickup spot for their butcher boxes. So we're super pumped to be a part of that. And if you guys have any questions around that, the pickup's Wednesday, tomorrow. You can ask in the comments. We'll answer anything that we can around that. Explain this brand new episode with the star of the show, Robin Riddle, who is also our nurse practitioner in the West Knoxville location, talking about keeping the immune system strong. It's a very timely episode, as you know, with all the respiratory stuff going on. Robin explains everything that we can do to keep our immune system strong during the winter months. Thank you, Robin, for doing that. Super interesting episode. I've already applied some of those strategies. Robin, thank you so much. All right, let's see. We also had a dive into diet. This was interesting. Breaking down nutrition terms with Lucas Schmidt, our nutrition coach in the Performance Medicine of Johnson City location. It was really interesting to hear him talk about terms like, sugar-free, what was the other? Natural flavors. Have you ever seen that on a label? It has natural flavors, unsweetened. What do those terms mean? We go over that in that episode. Thank you so much, Lucas, for doing that with me. All right, I see Doc is in the building. We're going to bring him up. We're going to answer as many live questions as possible. Jace girl, what's going on? Great to see you. Glad you're in here. I see Kim's in here over on Instagram. Hello, Instagram. We're also taking questions over there. So if you have a question for Dr. Rogers, go ahead and put it in the comments. All right. Doc, ready to roll? What's up, man?
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great. What you just said about reading labels is very important, because during this month of no processed foods, I've started reading a lot more closely the labels, and really, it's really telling if you really pay attention to what you're eating. So,
that's probably the best thing I've gotten out of this no processed food challenge, is just the habit of looking at what's in your food. Even for me, because I've still been going out to restaurants and going to places that I know use local ingredients, things of that nature. So it's been a really, really fun experiment, and something I think I'm going to take with me.
Not even want to ask when you go to a restaurant, what kind of oils they're cooking with, and
Yep. Yep.
uh,
Uh,
hopefully not seed oils. So
real quick, I see Katie's in here. Katie, so good to see you. And if you guys have a question around the pickups for Brookhaven Farms that are happening tomorrow, you can put in the comments and we'll answer any question around that. Thank you in advance to Brookhaven Farms for bringing us the goods on Wednesdays. I see my brother Steve's in here. Steve, what's up? Elena, what's up? Oliver, great question. Doc, you ready to roll?
yeah.
Let's get to some questions here. Shelly, I see you. Thank you for that question around methylene blue. Methylene blue is one of our favorite topics on the show, and this is another one, LDN. This question is, I tried LDN for fibromyalgia and arthritis. It made me dizzy and lethargic on the lowest dose and had to stop. Is this normal? I was hopeful that this would help. What's your thoughts?
It's not really normal. I haven't really had anybody tell me it made them dizzy. Usually we use it at night because it seems to help people sleep. The main side, and I've had a few people that just it didn't work for, or they didn't feel good on it, but it's been very few. It's always possible though. The most common side effect I see with LDN is more dreaming, and some people don't like more vivid dreams. So if that happens, you can take it during the day, and that won't happen. But certainly you can take any medicine or vitamin or supplement or food and not feel good. It may not go along with your particular makeup. So definitely, I wouldn't take anything that made me feel like that unless it was just a coincidental thing. If you take it at night and it made you lethargic, it's a good thing to help you sleep. I don't know why it would cause you to be dizzy unless you got too much sedation for it. I just don't see that. But, maybe, I don't know what other medications you might be taking. Certainly, you're probably not on opiates, but it's an opiate antagonist at low doses, not so strongly, but so you might evaluate that again. If you ever have a question about it, you could try it again at a low dose, a 1 milligram. You could try it, wait a week, and if you tried it again and you didn't feel good, that's definitely doing it. Otherwise, it might have been coincidence. But certainly, anything could make you feel different. Anything you take, from a vitamin to a Tylenol to any prescription medicine as well. So just try take that under advisement, because it has been pretty effective for fibro especially. But there's a lot of different other things you could try.
That's a great question. I hope that is helpful. I see Ivy and Carter in here. Carter, Ivy, what's up? Elena, I see your question. Let's see. I love this question here. Do cortisol levels go up in a woman when she goes through perimenopause? When is the best time to take your stress relief? Oh, this is two different questions. Sorry. So let's start with that first one, and then we'll go to the stress relief, which goes along with the cortisol levels.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of times I will see that. I've seen them go down too. A lot of it depends on how much stress that you've been under your whole life or the past several months, or certainly, I see cortisol really interacting more with thyroid and insulin than I do female hormones. But certainly, because a female cycle sometimes can, I see them go up like the last week of the month for most women that are having 28-day cycles. So yeah, it could be that perimenopausal age is a tough one. Again, because your levels, treating a man's hormones are easy because the levels just go down slowly. Woman's kind of pulse to an end and they drop off. There's 4 hormones you worry about, not even talking about cortisol, but estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, DHEA. the sex hormones are more likely to interact more with your neurotransmitters, I think. But certainly, you can certainly check your cortisol levels. And I had a lady today that I had checked on her, and she was low. So I want to make sure that that was what time of day she was low, because really, if you do cortisol testing right, you need to check it 4 times during one day: 8, 12, 5, and 10. So you're probably not going to get blood drawn those times. So we do a spit test.
Mm.
It's pretty accurate. I've done them. So the lady I had today had a flat cortisol curve. So she's been under stress for a long time. She's kind of got adrenal fatigue. So, that's not as common as some of the other cortisol levels that I've seen. Most of the time it's too high. But if it goes on too high for periods of time, then it can kind of burn your adrenals out. It's not a good term. It's called adrenal fatigue. But and sometimes I even have to put people on Cortef, which is hydrocortisone, to kind of level them out, indefinitely. So yeah, always look at those, and if they're too high or too low, do a 4-point cortisol salivary test. And certainly, when you go through perimenopause, it affects a lot of things: metabolism, insulin, everything.
Such a great question. Love that you brought up the 4-point salivary test there. The cortisol stuff comes up every week. So thank you for sending that question in. I know that's helping more than just one person. We've got a few more questions in here.
You didn't answer the second part of her question. I didn't.
Shoot, sorry. Let me find it.
So I think the question was, when should you take stress relief?
Yes. When is the best time to take your stress relief? Thank you. To improve cortisol
I like the
levels.
stress relief because it's got ashwagandha, L-theanine, and saffron, 3 of my favorite for balancing stress levels out. If you're having problems sleeping, you take it at night. Most people that are really stressed out take it morning and night. Or it's just your job that's stressing you out, and you go home, you're fine, you sleep fine, just take it in the morning. It's not going to make you drowsy to where you're tired all day. It's just really, it's an adrenal adaptogen. So it works whether or not your cortisol's high or low. So we've got a lot of great feedback from stress relief. That's a great formula.
That is a great question. And so you can take that morning or night, not going to make you drowsy.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. I see Holly's question. I see Rose's question. Thank you guys over there on Facebook. We're going to get to live questions here in just a second. This is a question around semaglutide. I'm getting elective surgery next month. I'm on semaglutide. My doctor said to stop for 2 months. So stop 2 months prior to the surgery. Is this true? What's your thoughts on this?
That's a good question, because for some reason, I had a patient bring this up today, and what happened to her was she had shoulder surgery, and she'd been doing great on semaglutide and lost a lot of weight, felt good, and then she was getting this elective shoulder, I guess probably a rotator cuff labral tear, but in any event, so her doctor told her to stop it for 2 months before the surgery. So what happened was, so she's seeing me now, a month or 2 after the surgery, and she's gained all the weight back. So I think it's ridiculous. You do not need to stop it for 2 months. If you do your research on it, and I've talked to a couple of my anesthesia friends about this, and read an article about it today after seeing that patient and wanting to dig into it, thinking, why did he tell her that? Because she's the second or third person that have told me this. It is true that it delays gastric emptying, but if you're a healthy person and are not morbidly obese and at risk there, you can the literature says, and this came out of the Annals of Anesthesiology, the literature says you don't even need to stop it at all. I feel comfortable telling people to stop it for, a week or 2 weeks before the surgery. and then just check and see, and then do your other pre-op measures like NPO, nothing by mouth, clear liquids for 24 hours. If you are at risk, they say, 24 hours of clear liquids and then NPO the day of the surgery is enough that you can even just continue with as normal. I'm cautious, so I always tell them to get off for maybe a couple of weeks beforehand, but otherwise you're going to lose all that benefit you've gotten. And remember, these GLP-1s are cardioprotective. So I think it's ridiculous that you'd be off for 2 months. I don't see anything into that at all. I don't know where that got going, to be honest with you, because both the ones I talked to said that wasn't a requirement. Think of all the emergency surgeries they do on many people on many medications. So I don't go by that. If you want to be safe, stop it for a couple weeks and make sure you don't have anything on your stomach. If you're at risk, sometimes they'll even do a little ultrasound pre-op to make sure you don't have anything in your stomach. But for most people that are already settled in on GLP-1s, they don't really have to worry about it. In that same bit of research I did on this just today, this is a timely question. It said that 1 out of 8 American adults are on a GLP-1.
1 in 8?
1 out of 8 Americans are on these. That's important and telling. It's a good medication.
Yeah.
It'd take me 2 hours to explain to you why. I wish we could do things as natural as possible, and that's what I try to do. But this is just a game changer for people with metabolic syndrome that just cannot do it by themselves. They just can't. It's even thrown me into the question of what is willpower? Is willpower a really thing with losing weight? I don't think so. I think it's metabolic. For a lot of these people, out of their control. So when a doctor tells you, you ask him, how do you lose weight? Oh, simple, exercise and eat less. It doesn't work. I hate to say that. I wish it would, but it just plain doesn't work. And that, again, I'm all for natural things. I'm a big believer in eating less, intermittent fasting, lowering your carbs, eating better. But for some of these people, they've got so much insulin resistance, they can't do it without help. And this is like a godsend to them. So I'm all for it in the right conditions. I don't put people on to lose 5 pounds. It's not a cosmetic thing. This is a metabolism problem.
Yep.
And again, it mimics a natural gut hormone. So I think of it as more of a natural thing. So
do you really do you think of it as kind of like a natural thing because
I do, yeah. Even though it's a drug, it's a prescription drug, I do think it mimics that natural GLP-1 gut hormone that's so important. It tells you when you're full, how your stomach empties, how your insulin is more efficient at pulling the glucose out of your blood into your tissues. So yeah, I like it.
Guys with us live, if you have any questions around the GLP-1s, the GIPs, put them in the comments. Tonight's a great time to talk about it. We got one more question that came in throughout the week, and then we're going to get to the live questions. So if you have a question for Dr. Rogers, go ahead and put it in the comments. This one came over email. My husband has just been diagnosed with kidney cancer, and we haven't told many people. First consultation with surgeon is coming soon. Surgery won't be local due to lack of urologists in the area. Is there anything that you can tell me that might in some way help with this? Our hearts are out to you. Doc, I know you have these conversations in office. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah. My first words of wisdom to you are words of reassurance. Kidney cancer is curable. You have to take it out, but you can do fine with one kidney. Hopefully it hasn't spread, but the several cases I've seen through my career with kidney cancer, knock on wood, they've all done well. Especially if caught early. It's usually caught incidentally. When you're looking for something else, you notice it, but it's curable, and so take comfort with that. So, and get it out, and hopefully it hasn't spread anywhere. If it has, there's ways to treat that too. But that's if you had to pick a cancer. If I had to pick a cancer besides skin cancer, which I've had several, it'd be probably thyroid cancer or kidney cancer because so curable.
Mm.
So don't freak out over this diagnosis.
Anything as far as like going into the consultation with a surgeon, anything that that you would make sure you ask or anything along those lines?
Just the routine things. No,
Okay.
no. I mean, staging. Workup, staging, risk of surgery, which are not high. Follow up, that kind of thing. Because the surgeon is just going to get the kid. They're just going to get it out.
Okay. Well, I hope that offers some assurance there. Thank you, Doc, for answering that. Guys, we are going to the live portion of the show. We got quite a few of you with us tonight. If you're new, let me know. If you're new to the show, I see a lot of familiar faces. Thank you guys for being with us every single week. We do this show every Tuesday, 7 to 8. We're going to get to every question tonight. Ed and I see yours just came in. Thank you for that. All right, let's see where we start, and we'll go from there. Let's go to Oliver over on YouTube. Chlorine dioxide, good for anything. What is chlorine dioxide, Doc? I don't know what this is.
Yeah, some people take it as a kind of a it's not really an antioxidant, it's more of a pro-oxidant, but some people use it for cancer. I don't know. I've looked into it years ago and I just never could get a lot of good information if it really works or not. But that'd be a good deep dive for us to do, Oliver, and I'll try to get some more information to you. I'm just hesitant to tell you anything good I've seen for it so far. So I know that's not a good answer, but we'll write that one down and do a little more research on it. And, because I've had a few people come in on it and they didn't notice a ton, but have helped clinically, but we'll see.
Oliver, I have written that down. We're going to do a little more research on that. Thank you for bringing up the topic. Okay, let's go to Shelly's question over on Facebook. Methylene Blue picked up a bottle this week. What is the typical recommended dose? Is the dosage affected by age or gender? Should the dose ever be increased due to illness? Okay, so if you're feeling like you've got COVID, flu, etc., should you increase the dose? I'm assuming this is the liquid, Shelly. If it's not, let me know. But how would you answer this? Let's do answer liquid and the capsules.
Well, that's a good question. It's not affected by age or gender, really. Again, I only treat adults, meaning age 15 and up. But I usually start out, if you're on the liquid, it's 0.5 milligram per drop. So, I usually start out kind of low, 8 drops a day for the first week, go up, work your way up to 16, go to 32 if you really have a lot of problems like long COVID or dementia. So start out at 8 drops. The pills, and remember, take vitamin C with it. It just makes it work a lot better. And that's the pills called Neuroprotect. That is, I think, in one of those pills, which has vitamin C in with it already, it's, I think, 15 milligrams. That's a little higher dose. So if you're hesitant about it, start out with a liquid. That's what I did. Now I take the pill every morning. But, I've had a few people that felt a little hyped up on it. I've never seen it cause serotonin syndrome. But if you're on a SSRI or an MAO inhibitor, you may want to be just cautious, use a low dose of it, maybe start out at 4 drops. Because if you are, it may hype you up again. I've never seen a serotonin syndrome out of it. Should you get a G6PD test because of that risk and that 1 in a million people that's low on G6PD, which we always check when we're giving high doses of IV vitamin C. But I don't even check for it because we're not using that high dose to really bother with it. And yeah, if you get sick, you can go up, to 32 milligrams or 32 drops, 16 milligrams, or you can even go higher than that. That's still low doses. I have a lot of people that are on the Neuroprotect 15 milligram, take 2 a day, so they're getting 30 milligrams. So yeah, it's really worked great for long COVID. It helps you breathe better. It's just a natural, everything type medication. Remember my statement, when you're in the hospital as a doctor in an emergency situation, when you're not sure what to do, reach for the methylene blue. It rhymes too. So I hope that helps you. It's great. It's great. It'll make you alert, breathe better. It's got some natural antiviral, antibacterial, anti-parasitic functions. It's just a great medicine. I love it.
Shelly, thank you so much for that. I see my SD Bestie is in here. Jasmine, what's up? I see Ben's over here. I love this. They call it the universal antidote, chloride dioxide. I love it, Ben. See?
We'll have to get Ben to a deep dive on that for me. He's a researcher.
I love that. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for putting that in there. Let's see. Where's my next question at? I believe it's Elena. Elena is asking, is there a protocol to rid the body of the COVID jab? I've had episodes of rapid heart rate and elevated blood pressure since the jab. Well, shoot, Elena, I'm sorry.
There is a protocol. It's put out by Dr. McCullough. And I'll if Katie or Carter are on here, I'll email that to you tomorrow. It includes serapeptase and the bromelain, and I'll send you the protocol tomorrow if Katie or Carter's listening, or Ben, and we'll email that to you, because there certainly is a protocol, which gives me a chance to talk about the jab. I hate the jab. I hate it. I hate that you took it, but they pushed it on everybody. Thank God that they're letting the people in the military that refused the jab, that lost their military job because of that, they're getting them back in and they're paying back pay. I thought that was one of the best things out of this new administration, is doing what's right in that situation. Turns out those guys were the smart ones, guys and gals. It's just ridiculous what went on. And again, I'm not going to go off on this today like I did last week, but all I will tell you is, please watch my podcast next week and the next week, because I don't fear censorship so much anymore. But anyway, so watch my podcast on next Tuesday, then the following Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I'll talk about COVID, what it was, how it happened, we think, and then I'll talk about the vaccine the next week with Dr. Sibley, a very knowledgeable internal medicine physician that's really, really good. That's going to be an interesting podcast. There's no way I would have played either of those podcasters tell you what I'm telling you now last month. Let's put it that way. I'm not getting into politics, but I don't like to talk about politics. But
so stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. It'll be fun one.
Stay tuned. That'll be up. Thank you, Elena, for that. We'll send an email for the protocol there. Thank you, Carter. Yeah, stay tuned. Common Sense MD, next 2 weeks. I actually am looking. I haven't listened to it yet. I will listen to it this week. Okay, let's get to where am I at? Let's get to Holly here on Facebook. Hello, Dr. R. Hello back. Had my colonoscopy Friday with perfect results. However, since I have experienced awful nasal congestion, runny nose, sneezing, irritation of throat ever since. COVID, flu A/B test shows negative, only clear mucus, my regular Flonase and Zysol with some Sudafed, not touching the symptoms. My question is, I'm reading about post-procedure rhinitis from the O2 given during procedure. Any thoughts on this? What's your thoughts here?
I'll have to ask some of my guys that do these. I haven't seen that. I'll ask around. I haven't seen it. More likely, you have what's going around. I mean, there's so much of this going around that's. Of course, there's a lot of flu going around as well. More flu A, which is worse in adults. Flu B seems to be worse in kids, but a lot of flu A going around, still COVID going around. But if you watched my little podcast on early treatment of respiratory illnesses, because there's a ton of stuff going on right now, I'm aggressive with it. I agree with taking, the Zazol, Flonase, saline irrigations, guaifenesin, but I'm real quick to put somebody on a Z-Pack. I think it helps viruses. Listen to my podcast on that. I'm just convinced after 40 years of practicing that it works for viruses as well, whether or not you're covering bacterial overgrowth or what. But I think it hits viruses as well. But you may want to get on some methylene blue. Certainly ivermectin is another one I'd probably pop on real quickly. That's another word I couldn't say, these past 5 years, but I'm saying it right now. I'm not having to code it with ice cream. I'll use the term ivermectin, which is for human use. It's a Nobel Prize winning medication. It's not a medicine just for horses. So I'd hit it. I'd really hit it. It's more likely timing. I'll ask some of my anesthesia buddies that I've been talking to about the semaglutide as well, about if they see a lot of this, because I just haven't correlated it much. So, but anytime you challenge your system a little bit, like you're on that, you have to get cleaned out and all this, you're stressed, you're more likely to pick up something. Most people I'm not even sure they put O2 on everybody. Maybe they do. I forget when I had mine if they put O2 on me or not. I don't know. Good question, though. I'll try to do a little more digging on that one too.
Holly, we're going to do a little more digging here, but I hope that helps a little bit tonight. Evangeline, I see your question. Tammy, I see you. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Where's my next question? I'm looking for it now. There's Rose. Okay. Rose on Facebook is saying, is there anything that will help with narcolepsy with excessive daytime sleepiness? I need something to help stay awake. I take prescription medications, but between the shortages of these meds and my body is so used to them, it's a struggle to stay awake. What's your thoughts on this?
I don't know what medications you're on, but I like modafinil, Provigil for this. Works really well. It's kind of like drinking a pot of coffee without all the side effects. So that's kind of the go-to. They've come out with a couple of new ones that are supposed to be even better. They're more indicated for sleep apnea, fatigue the next day. Again, I'm sure you've probably had a sleep study as well to diagnose the narcolepsy. Maybe not, you need a sleep study and see if you have some obstructive or central sleep apnea. But yeah, I'll take methylene blue for one thing. Try that, and maybe if you're not on Provigil, which is a prescription drug that you'll need to make an office visit for. I think that works great. I really do. But yeah, look at your sleep patterns. Look at all your, do a Cleveland panel. Make sure nothing else is going on, like thyroid, cortisol, insulin resistance, low B12, cortisol problems, that type of thing. So I hope that helps you. You may be one that needs to come in and talk to somebody that sees a lot of this like we do.
Rose, thank you so much for that. Jones Cairo, we love you back. Let's go to, I missed this from Facebook. I just put it in here. Thank you guys for helping me with this. I am looking at getting a sauna and would like your opinion. So let's start with, because I see Edna's red light therapy question as well. We'll kind of piggyback off of that one. Looking to get a sauna and would like your opinion. Let's start with, is this a good move? I know you're a fan of saunas, and then you can kind of suggest ones you like.
Yeah, I love saunas. I do mine all the time. I have an infrared sauna made by Sunlighten. I like it a lot. It's got, near, mid, and far range, and it has red lights in it. I love it. You'll get in there and you'll sweat your guts out. There's controversy. Should you get a dry or a wet sauna? I think they're both great. I like the infrared saunas. You don't have to get them as hot as you do one that's not infrared. You can get by with 140 degrees with a Sunlighten infrared sauna, whereas if you get one without that, you're going to have to get up much higher, 180 so higher even. So I really like saunas. My personal is the infrared Sunlighten. And I talked to a lot of people that do this and are expert on it, and it seemed to be a pretty good choice. I've certainly been happy with it for the last, I guess, 4 or 5 years.
Speaking of saunas, my brother Kyle's in here, and Kyle has an amazing sauna at his house. He might be in his sauna right now, actually. If I had to guess, Kyle, let me know in the comments. Are you in your sauna right now, or are you about to go? Kyle's he's down like 30 pounds right now. He looks amazing. Kyle, I love you, brother. Thank you for being with us tonight.
I hope you're in it at night. It's really better. It helps your sleep if you do it at night.
Yeah.
It's kind of like taking an Epsom salt bath at night.
I see Rachel's in here. Rachel, congratulations. I'm just so happy for you guys.
I hope Wesley's doing great. God. Give us some updates on what we were asking today. I heard good news of Wesley. So wonderful. He's a beautiful baby.
I love that, Rachel. We're so happy for you. We're so happy that you're in here tonight. Thank you for being with us. Okay, we got some more questions. Thank you, guys. If y'all have questions for Doc, we're going to be here for another 20 minutes or so. Kyle saying he endorses the sauna. He just finished his nightly session. Thank you, Kyle. Let's go to let's see, where am I at? Let's see.
You said you had a red light question.
I did. Let's see, there we go. Can you touch briefly on the benefits of red light therapy?
Yeah. Gosh, they help everything. Again, I have red lights in my sauna, and the new Sunlighten comes with banks of them that are really good, but I had to buy an extra red light. It's a really nice one. But I forget the name of it. Katie probably has it because she ordered it for me. It's a really good one, but I do it every day. People think it's just good for your skin, but actually my red light is a combination red light and infrared. So the red light, is more of a shorter wavelength, I guess. It doesn't penetrate as well. It's more for skin, collagen production, great for your skin, and healing. But if you get it combined with you turn both the buttons on, the red and the infrared, it penetrates pretty good, pretty deeply. And it helps muscle rejuvenation. It helps mitochondrial rejuvenation, helps your mitochondria put out more ATP. So it's energizing, it's healing. It's just life-changing in some circumstances. And again, I'm not talking about it just for your skin, which it's great for, but there's been a lot of evidence that it's anti-cancer, anti-diabetes. It helps you get better control of insulin levels. And it'll help keep your hair healthy and not falling out. It's great for any kind of process of degeneration. It helps that. It helps you age better. It's a great biohack for aging. So I can really tell a difference. I really like that red light.
We'll try to get that. I know the one you're talking about. I sat in front of it last week for your birthday. Okay, let's keep
Ben
moving here.
got me another biohacking thing for my birthday, and it's an acupressure mat
Yeah.
recommended by Tim Ferriss. That thing really feels good when I lay on it.
We got to find, has anybody in here tried an acupressure mat? This is my favorite part of the show is like, you guys are doing so many cool things for your own health. I want to know what you guys are using like an acupressure mat for, if you've heard of it. Okay, let's keep moving here, and I'll kind of keep an eye out for suggestions around the acupressure. Roel, I hear you. Definitely feeling the SAD with no sunlight. Yeah, that's another thing. Does the red light help with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for SAD, it's not more the red light; it's white lights. You know, I have a 10,000 lux just white light I bought years ago on Amazon for like $50. 10,000 lux, and it's really more directed for seasonal affective disorder. But I think the red light helps it too, to be honest with you. It energizes me.
Tom's asking you, did you have a good birthday? And I think you had a great birthday, but I want to hear from you. How do you feel your birthday went?
I had a great birthday, a wonderful birthday, 70. It was a great one. Yeah, I filmed right before the party, and I really want to come out with a list of statements or a podcast on things at 70 that I will tell you to do to live better. So I need to make a list of that. But it was fantastic. I love my home gym. That's where my sauna is. That's where all my bands are, my mats. I try to demonstrate how to get up from a seated position without using your hands or arms. And I think that's very important. Grip strength, dead hang from a chin-up bar. Mini trampoline that I jump on every morning to get my lymphatic flow going and get me moving. A lot of the stuff that I do on a routine, a daily basis, the kind of stretching I do, things like that. But thank you for saying that. I really enjoy my home gym.
Thank you, Tom. I want to get to this real quick. I'm seeing Favored 5 on Instagram asking, can you suggest red light products / brands? And I'm also seeing from Jackie here on Facebook, what kind brand of red light therapy should we get?
I think it's
the Google.
Cool.
The Google. I love it. There we go.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I just Best Cool. Yeah.
Best Cool red light therapy. Thank you, Katie, for this. There's a link there. It's on Facebook for you, Jackie, and hopefully Favored 5 can see this as well. So that's the brand you like is Best Cool.
That's the one I bought.
All right. Thank you, Katie, for that. Let's keep going here. I'm seeing more questions. I saw an ivermectin question, if I can find it. Oh, I saw Tammy. Tammy, thank you for being here. Just visited your Johnson City office. Everything has come in except the FemBen. I'm the lady WHI Vanderbilt called dead by April 2023. This is here with no treatment except herbs and vitamins. Well, Tammy, thank you for being with us tonight. Thank you for heading over to the JC clinic.
Congratulations, Tammy. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
FemBen, artemisinin, and ivermectin.
Yeah. That's my big 3 that I put people on. And then there's a bunch of other stuff you can do. But congratulations. Keep it up. Yeah. Take it for the rest of your life. Here's hoping you a long, healthy life.
Tammy, we love you. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's go to let's see Kay's question on Facebook. Have you heard anything about ivermectin for kids?
Yeah, not seeing kids formally anymore. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure about, kids under 10. I hate to say anything about it because my pediatric friends may disagree with me, but certainly any kid that is 12 and older, I would feel pretty confident giving them ivermectin. So yeah, so it's going to work for kids too. Kids seem to have a better immune system as far as fighting off stuff after they get kind of going out of those toddler years.
Thank you, Kay, for that question.
They'll come down with stuff, but they can fight it off better than adults can.
Let's see here. Thank you, Rachel. Wesley's doing good. We're thinking about you guys. Let's bring him home.
That's a good sign. He's stubborn. He's going to be strong.
I love Lori's question here. Is there a person who wouldn't be a candidate for methylene blue? It's a great question.
Yeah, if you're one of those people that are on a ton of psych medicines, or that do have that rare glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase thing, that you were diagnosed with that, then you may want to avoid it. It's rare as hen's teeth. But those are the two ones I would look at. And again, I always am cautious. That's why I start out with the drops at a really low dose. But I put somebody on it today that had recurrent UTIs and kidney stones. It was chronically tired with brain fog. Really got hyped up on using this. It's been around forever. Decades and decades and decades with COVID, when we started treating long COVID with it.
I want to real quick, Lindsay on Instagram is saying she has the Prana mat and loves it. Lindsay, how are you using it? Are you laying on it for 10 minutes? What's your protocol you're using? I'd love to find out more. But thank you for putting that in there. Let's go to D-Len. Is beef tallow okay to cook with? I was under the impression it was high in cholesterol. My cholesterol is somewhat high now. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, beef tallow is great to cook with, but there's a product that you use for your skin that you don't need to be cooking in. But real beef tallow is great to cook in. Don't worry about it as far as affecting your cholesterol. And remember, don't freak out about a high cholesterol anyway too much. Look at the particle size and your other risk factors. Too many people freak out about cholesterol, I think.
D-Lynn, that's a great question. Thank you for putting that in. I want to put this up from Evangeline. Evangeline, what's up, brother? Still got lingering cough and slight vertigo. I'm assuming this is from a respiratory or a COVID illness recently. I've been doing around repeatedly telling the wife I'm dying of the black lung. I believe he's on quite the vitamin stack right now too.
That's it. That respiratory illness that's been hitting everybody right now will cause you a month-long cough. I heard a doctor today one of the respiratory doctors called a 2-month cough. But I had it after Christmas. I still have a little cough from it, a little bit of congestion. Vertigo, I don't know if it's positional vertigo or what. It's something that maybe got into your sinuses, can sometimes get into your eustachian tubes and cause a little bit of balance issues. But that should clear up. Certainly, I'm still taking some guaifenesin to loosen that phlegm up, and I'm doing my Navage nasal irrigations with saline. And it's really helped me a lot. And I've been taking a little bit of half of a Zyrtec at night too. So I don't think you're dying of the black lung. Hopefully.
Evangeline, thank you for being here. I see Lisa's in here. Lisa, thank you so much for being here. And Lisa's asking for prayers. And that might be the most important question of the evening. Lisa, we will be praying for you. We'll be praying for recovery. Thank you so much for putting that in there and sharing with us. We love you. Thank you for being back with us this week.
Prayers work. There's no doubt about it.
Let's get to Kelly with the why. I recently got Doc's Berberine Max. Thank you, Kelly. I've been taking a supplement that has 500 milligrams of berberine in it once a day, but haven't really seen weight loss. I used to take the shot, but cannot handle the side effects. I'm assuming this is a GLP-1. Can I take these two together? So I think so. I think what Kelly's saying is 500 milligrams before getting the berberine max. Am I right there,
Yeah, you
Kelly?
don't really need to take two different berberines, I wouldn't think. Remember, okay, berberine max is a dihydroberberine. Take two of those a day. That should be all you need. It's not going to hurt you to take, if another 500 milligrams of berberine hydrochlorides in something, it's not going to hurt you, I wouldn't think. Um, but yeah, they call berberine nature's Ozempic. And I've seen very little side effects from it, although I have seen some hypoglycemia because it's
Yep.
definitely going to lower your blood sugars. I think it's as effective as metformin just without the side effects. Um, so yeah, and if you cannot handle the shot, if you really need it and you couldn't handle semaglutide, you might try tirzepatide, which I think is just better
Mm.
in every way. Less side effects, more weight loss. Look at your carbs, try intermittent fasting, look at all your parameters like your hormone levels and all that, and see if anything else is going that may be kind of, hijacking your plan. But there's a way.
Kelly, thank you for putting that in there around berberine. We love talking about berberine as well as the GLP-1s and the GIPs. Thank you, Donna. Coal miner's daughter, I see you. Let's get to missed one. Speaking of carbs, let's get to Karen's. Since we're talking about diets, lifestyle, and health options, do carbs make us/me fat? Trying more protein and tracking macros, I can't get past the minimum carbs with old habits. Should I trust the process? So let's see here. Trying more protein, tracking macros. I can't get past the minimum carbs with old habits. So I'm guessing that's saying eating too many carbs from the old habits.
Yeah.
How are you taking
I
this?
understand what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's not the fats that make people fat, it's the carbs.
Mm.
I don't, again, calories count, but I think it's more carbs. And there's controversy about that, but just from what I've seen and experienced, I think it's, don't go by the macros so much. I mean, a lot of those things will say you need 60% carbs. I don't believe it. Again, everybody's different though. I've had a few people that did better on low fat diets rather than low carb, but very few. Everybody's metabolism is a little bit different, but certainly any process works if you stick with it. Like I tell people, it's any diet will succeed with weight loss, and any diet will fail with weight loss if you don't stick with it. So it seems to me it's easier to get the weight off than it is to maintain the weight loss. And people are different though. I definitely look at, all the macros, and, my ideal would be to eat more protein, moderate fat, less carbs for most people. That's not 100% true though. Even Salandino, who does a carnivore diet, and I love the carnivore diet too. He's a lot of fruit. Of course, he's a workout nut. He's about 250 carbs a day. He gets by with it shredded. So everybody's a little different, but there's an answer for everybody.
Karen, I hope that helps a little bit. I guess, kind of what I'm hearing is, trust the process, go by how you feel. Everyone's a tad bit different. And, maybe don't listen to the app that's saying you need more carbs, possibly. Is that what you're saying, Doc?
Yeah. Yeah, don't go by what most trainers who've taken a weekend course in nutrition will tell you, because they're usually wrong. It's more complex than that.
That's super interesting. Karen, I hope that helps a little bit. She's saying I like 30 per day. My macro says 80 per day. Okay.
30% or 30 grams?
I'm guessing 30 grams per day.
30 grams is low. That's close
low.
to keto. That's close to keto. Some people don't feel good on keto. They work out all the time and They may need more carbs than the next person, but it's different.
Yeah, 30 grams. Thank you, Karen, for that. I hope that helps a little bit. If you need any follow-up, put in the comments. I got my eyes down there. Mark is asking, my brother Mark, what's going on, man? Can't wait to catch up. Combining fenbendazole with bromelain and acetylcysteine, acetylcysteine,
You messed that completely up, man.
acetylcysteine.
You were close. You were close.
Acetylcysteine could potentially work synergistically, bromelain and acetylcysteine, by reducing barriers like mucin layers, improving fenbendazole's penetration into tumors. Could bromelain and acetylcysteine be administered in the office as an IV?
I don't know. I don't know if it could or not. I can certainly check into it. Most things can go in IV that go in orally. It's just a lot of times a matter of where do you get it and how to concentrate it. And, but theoretically, probably. Sometimes it's not real practical to get some of the stuff in an IV. It's just, it'd be prohibitive. But, gosh, plus we're having a real shortage of IVs right now. See, I see all that lingering cough in.
Yeah.
Per month. So this year was a rough respiratory year.
Yeah.
Like I told you last week, I hadn't had a sniffle. I hadn't had a sniffle in 4 years until this year.
Yeah, it seems to be going, especially in our area, maybe East Tennessee.
Yeah. If you look on the map, it's pretty bad in Tennessee.
Let's get to Diane here. Anything new with pulsating, ringing ears? Hearing test, exam, MRI, all clear, recommending MRA, but seems like something just you deal with forever. Someone said low iron can cause or flux of hormones. Any ideas? What's your thoughts on this?
Tinnitus is one of the toughest things that will walk in the office because we never can find anything. It's just so hard to treat. Some people use hearing aids, that can seem to mask it sometimes. But it's a tough, low iron. I've heard that bandied around a little bit. And I've actually had a couple people tell me they started taking iron and it got better. Fluctuating hormones, maybe. I don't think that's a big thing with it. I think your best answer may be yoga. If you've never tried yoga, try it. Man, it works really good. I wish I had some better answers for you. I really do. It's just a toughie. I've never found anything that really works. It's just a toughie, especially if it's a pulsating type. Some people, it just goes away one day and it never recurs. Make sure you're not taking a lot of aspirin or a lot of non-steroidal anti-inflammatories too.
Diane, I hope that helps a little bit. If there's anybody here live with us tonight that has had any success with getting rid of pulsating ringing in their ears, let us know. I see Elena's putting acupuncture in there. Thank you for putting that in there.
I talked with my acupuncture buddy last night. And
I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah. I can't believe I didn't mention that, but try acupuncture.
Yeah. Thank you, Elena. I'm going to get to Carol's question. Let's see. I don't think, there we go. Carol's question, what are your thoughts on cinnamon as a supplement?
I love it.
I do too.
I put it in my coffee every day. It's really got a lot of, good properties that help control your blood sugars. That along with alpha lipoic acid are really good. I love cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's a great supplement. It kind of flavors your coffee. It's natural. Has a lot of anti-inflammatory effects as well. I love cinnamon. It's not sugar cinnamon.
Yeah. Thank you, Carol, for that. Real quick, Candy, that's so sweet. Thank you, Candy, for that on Instagram around the tallow. I see Lindsay saying, I started out with a couple of minutes and working my way up. I try to at least lay on it for 20 to 30 minutes. It really helps my back/muscle pain. That's around the acupressure mat.
20 to 30 minutes. Okay. I've been wondering. I've been laying on mine for about 10.
Okay.
I need to go a little longer. It feels great.
She's
you
saying
think it
work the way
hurt,
up.
but yeah, yeah, it really helps me. I do that after I get on my inversion because I've got a bad back too, and so hoping
Thank you,
that'll
Lindsay,
help.
for that. Real quick, we're about to. If you guys got a question, put it in there. I'll get to them. Lori's question right here. How do you feel about drinking Bragg's vinegar? Yeah,
Yeah, it's great.
yeah.
It's great. One of the mainstays. It helps reflux. It helps inflammation. It helps general well-being. May have some anti-cancer effects, anti-viral effects, anti-diabetic effects. I think it's a good thing. I like to dilute it. I don't like to drink it straight, but dilute it.
Thank you, Lori, for this. And real quick, guys, I'm gonna put this up because this is happening in March, and we're gonna try and make sure everybody who wants this done has an opportunity. March 27th and March 28th in our Johnson City location only. We're doing breast thermography. We did this last year, and it was very helpful for people. So I'm gonna be putting this up, throughout the next month or so. Just want you guys to get a first look at it. March 27th and March 28th, we're having Rebecca come in and doing breast thermography. Thank you so much, Rebecca, for that. And like I said, I'll be putting this up intermittently throughout the coming weeks. All right. How we do, guys? Tom is asking, did you get a reverse hyper? And I don't think you have.
No, I thought I'd get one for my birthday. I thought somebody would get me one, but no, maybe next year. Maybe when I turn 71.
Thank you, Carter.
I'm going to get one.
Karen saying, happy 50th. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen. You're very sweet.
All right, guys, we do okay. Lindsay, let's get to Lindsay's question. Lindsay was helping us out with the acupressure mat. Lindsay is asking, what are your thoughts on taking oxytocin for stress and or libido?
I love it. I started one of my last patients today, I started on it.
Yep.
Oxytocin is a great hormone. It's very safe. It's natural. It's great for libido. It's great for mood. It's great for stress. Most of the women working we're a very busy office. Most of them take oxytocin in there. It's the ones that have any amount of age on them, which I can't tell you which ones do because that'd be like calling them old. And I'm the oldest person in there. So
real quick, Lindsay, what I will tell you is we didn't explain this episode with Robin Riddle on oxytocin specifically. Talks everything that we talk about in office around oxytocin. If you just search for oxytocin performance medicine or oxytocin Robin Riddle, it'll show up on YouTube. So definitely check that out. I love this from Evangelon. Come on, Ben, buy it for the doc. I should have gotten you a reverse hyper, man.
I know. You should have.
I love it. Let's see. Katie and Bency trying to get up out of the floor. We need video of this. Carter, I need video.
I gotta
Katie
show y'all.
and Bency. I need video.
Yeah, I want to see that too.
I want to see that.
Hopefully they did better than me.
Yours was pretty darn good. We posted that on I believe it's on Facebook and Instagram. You getting up cross-legged and you took one step back. It was pretty good though.
I got a 9 out of 10. That's not bad.
Ben, come on, man. I know you could do this. Come on. I know Ben can get up off that.
Surely Ben can do
that. I don't know that I can. All right, guys. Thank you all so much. This has been the Performance Medicine Show, our live Q&A every Tuesday, 7 to 8. Real quick, can anybody give me an update on the Tennessee Vols versus Kentucky? How did we do? I'm sure it's over by now, but I need to know. I need to know before we get off. Frida, thank you. Thank you, D. Lynn. We love you. Cherry, thank you. Pop, thank you so much, man. As you guys know, this is my dad. So good to hang out with you, man, tonight.
That's fun. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Hey, we need everybody's listening. Ben's getting married in 1 month. And I want to vote. Should he get a haircut for his wedding or not? So let's vote on that and let's have I'm starting to like your hair. It's
starting to
with the beard and the hair. You're starting to look like Jesus. You really are.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Elena. Is it just halftime, Ben? Oh, well then we gotta start watching this game. It's just half. I hope Ziegler's okay. I hope Zakai's okay.
Oh,
All right, guys, this has been a show. We love you. Papa, I love you, man.
love you, man. Good night.
Guys, we will see you next week. And I'm looking for my outro. Where are we at? We'll be back next week. We love you. Oh, I can't find my outro. That's right, Carter. I love it, Tom. Guys, y'all are the best. Can't wait to be back. We'll be back Tuesday, 7 to 8. We do this every single week. You guys are just the best. It's so much fun to hang out with y'all. I'm going to find my outro real quick.
Don't go away.